and girls. Welcome to Storytime at the Mechanicsville branch of Pamunkey Regional Library. I'm Cindy and I'm so glad you've joined us today. Today, we're reading stories about, can you read this? B-E-A-R-S. Bears, that's right. But before we do our bear stories, we're going to start with our hello song. It's The More We Get Together, and if you know it, you can sing it with me. Here we go. The more we get together, together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your friends are my friends and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. That was good singing. Now we're going to sing that song again, but we're going to change the words to make them special Storytime words. And there's a place in the song where you get to say, hooray. So on the count of 3, let's all practice saying hooray together. 1, 2, 3. Hooray! That was great. Here we go. It's time to read a story, a story, a story. It's time to read a story. Let's all shout hooray. Hooray! 'Cause stories have pictures and rhymes and adventures. It's time to read a story. Let's all shout hooray. Hooray! All right, before we read our first book today, there's a little friend that came to the library that I would like you to meet. Now, this friend, you might not be able to tell, but this is a sleeping bag. And what do you think you do in a sleeping bag? Yeah, you sleep. Listen, you might hear our little friend snoring. Do you hear it? Yeah, I hear it too. Let's see. This is Baby Bear, since we're reading about bears. Baby Bear is in here sleeping. Let's see if he'll wake up. Let's, on the count of 3, we'll say, wake up, Baby Bear. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Wake up, Baby Bear. Oh, there he is. Hi, Baby Bear. Oh my goodness, he looks tired. Look at him rubbing his eyes. Were you taking a nap? Yeah, we could hear you snoring. Did you know you snore? He didn't know he snores. It was a sweet little snore. Now, you said you wanted to come to story time today. That's why we woke you up. It's time for story time. Are you ready for stories? No. Wait, yes? You want to read stories, but you're not ready yet. Baby Bear told me there were some things in his sleeping bag he wanted to show to me. Is that right? Yes. You have some special things in here and you wanted to share them with the children. All right, go ahead and get them out. Here's the first thing he has in here. Oh, it's kind of big. Oh my goodness. What? Can I hold it? What is this that Baby Bear got out of his sleeping bag? That's right, it's the letter B. Baby Bear, is this your favorite letter? Do you like it because Baby Bear starts with a B? It does. All right, I'm going to put this right up there, our B. Is that it? Are you ready for stories? Not ready for stories yet. Do you have more stuff in your sleeping bag? Okay. All right, let's see what else you have in here. What is this that Baby Bear brought us? It's a ball. Is it a ball? Do you like to play ball? And do you like it because it starts with the letter B? It does. All right, I'm going to put your ball right there. Don't roll away. All right, anything else? More stuff in there. What is this? What's that? That's his bottle. That's right. Does that taste delicious? And do you like that when you go to bed? Yeah, it's yummy. Here, one more sip. All right, we're going to put your bottle here. You're a baby, so you're allowed to drink out of a bottle. Big boys and girls don't. And when you're a big bear, you won't. It's okay, but now you can drink out of a bottle. Anything else? Something else in his sleeping bag. Let's see what's in there. Oh my goodness. This one's hard to get too. Oh, look. Something special for sleeping. What is it? Baby Bear has his own baby bear. Oh, do you love that baby bear? I can tell, and you sleep with him. What a special thing. We're going to put him right there too. And all these things, oh, I should have, your bottle, your bear, and your ball all start with the letter B, your favorite letter. Oh, yay. I'm so glad you shared those things with us today. Now, I'm going to let you sit back here and listen to the stories while I read to the children. Does that sound good? All right. Say good night, baby bear. Not good night. Say goodbye. He's going to listen. All right, he's back here. I'm going to move his things. All right. Our first book today is called More Bears. It is written by Ken Nesbitt. It's illustrated by Troy Cummings, and the publisher has a very funny name. In fact, I forgot it, so let me look at it again. The publisher is Source Book Jabberwocky. What a funny name. Now, this is a funny book because it has, let me show you inside the book. The pages, some of the pages, a lot of the pages, have this little thing called like a conversation bubble. So I'm going to read the words on the page, and this is like somebody else is talking to me as I read the book. And Miss Carolyn is going to say those words. You won't see her, but you'll hear her. And if you want to say them along with her, you will. You'll figure out pretty quick what she's going to say. More Bears by Ken Nesbitt. Oh, I need to take those off so I can see better. Once upon a time, there was a story. This story was a lovely story with absolutely no bears in it. Not a single bear anywhere. Then, one day...
More bears!
What? Who said that? The author of the story looked around the room, wondering where those voices had come from. Were those the voices of children shouting? Then he went back to writing. As I was saying, this story had absolutely no bears at all. The author was very certain about this.
More bears!
The author tried very, very hard to ignore the children who thought that this story ought to have
more bears!
Fine. This story had a bear. It was a cute little baby bear strolling through the book looking for
more bears!
Now hold on a second. The author of this story knew exactly how many bears it should have, and the author insisted there should only be
more bears!
2 bears. There, are you happy now? An adorable, cuddly, wuddly little baby bear named Mr. Fluffy, and his mama bear, Stella, who always wore a yellow hat. Now it happened that Stella and Mr. Fluffy, like all bears, were especially fond of
more bears!
More bears. Of course. The author was just thinking that. The author was thinking that just to keep everybody happy, this story should have a papa bear, whose name, by the way, was Captain Picklehead, and a bear named Uncle Sheldon, who was bald and loved to play the ukulele. Now, where were we? Yes.
More bears!
Stop that! How many bears do you want this story to have anyway? Do you really want to hear about Bobcat Sam, the bear who rode a pony, and Admiral Haversham, the English dancing bear, and Excellent the Steve, the bear who just wanted to surf? Just wanted to surf? You do? Wow, why didn't you say so? In that case, the author suddenly decided that what this story really needed was
more bears!
Yes, more bears. The author added Astro Bear, who, by the way, was Bulgarian and always kept a hamster in his pocket, just in case. Then the author put in 3 more bears named Lester, Chester, Esther, and Floyd. Lester, Chester, Esther, and Floyd. Wait a minute, that's 4. Oh well, 4 is okay, because after all, this story really needed
more bears!
It needed a bear named Lucky Eddie, who juggled carrots, and a bear named Elbow, who wasn't very smart and always wore his underpants on the outside of his pants, and a bear named 123, which even the author thought was a strange name for a bear. And since this probably wasn't enough, the author added even
more bears!
The author added 6 bears on tiny pink bicycles, 2 bears reading comic books, one bear flying across the page in a cape and lederhosen, 3 more bears swinging through trees on vines, a bear in a yellow submarine, several bears making cupcakes, and an entire team of firefighting bears running across the page with hoses, ladders, and party balloons. There were bears hanging from the top of the page, bears sleeping across the corners, and bears standing on top of other bears. There were so many bears in the story, they couldn't all fit on the page. It was crowded, too crowded, so crowded that some bears started pushing other bears off the page and arguing, which makes the author grumpy. And when authors get grumpy, they start rewriting, changing the story. In fact, this author was so grumpy, he told the bears to leave. And they did. After all, this was the author's story. I should have told you at the beginning, an author is someone who writes a story. You probably figured that out. They walked off the page, they rode off the page, they swung, surfed, danced, climbed, ran, and even somersaulted off the page. They're all leaving. At last, all the bears were gone, and the author smiled. Finally, the author had a story with no bears in it. A lovely story with not a single bear anywhere, just the way the author wanted it. Because you see, the author was quite certain that this story should have absolutely...
More chickens!
What? More chickens? I think that's another story for another day. The end. All right, Miss Carolyn, thanks for joining us on that. Boys and girls, I hope you joined in with some of the more bears, because that's fun to say. It's fun to repeat some of the words in the story. Before our next book, we're going to look at some of the bears we have up here. We have lots of different bears, and some of them are different kinds. Some of them are teddy bears, but some of them are examples of different kinds of bears that live in the wilderness here. Here in Virginia, in the mountains, not in your neighborhood, we have black bears, and I don't actually have a black bear, but that's what they're called. They're called black bears. There's also brown bears, kind of like this guy, but they don't live in Virginia. They live in the West, out in California and Oregon. They're also called grizzly bears. Brown bears and grizzly bears are the same thing. What color is this bear? That's right, he's white. Does anyone know what the white bears are called? Yes, you guys do know, that's right. They're called polar bears. Polar bears don't live in Virginia either. They live in the north, in the Arctic, where it's really cold and where it snows a lot and there's ice and snow. And they like it. They don't get cold. In fact, they get hot sometimes and they want to spread out on the ice to cool off more. Has anybody seen this kind of, does anyone know what kind of bear this is? He's a little unusual looking. His nose is kind of big and flat, and he has these green leaves around him for a specific reason. Does anyone know what he's called? Little ears? Good, yes, some of you knew. He's a koala bear. Koala bears don't live in Virginia either. They live in a very special area in Australia, and they only eat one thing. They eat eucalyptus leaves, which grow on a eucalyptus tree, and that's what he has. These are pretend eucalyptus leaves, so that's a koala bear. Now, I bet all of you have seen this kind of bear before. What's he? He's a teddy bear, that's right. He's a teddy bear, and some of you have seen him at the library. We use him in Mother Goose and other story times. He belongs to my son, Daniel, who's big now. All right, so just like in this, like the bears we looked at, they're different colors. Some of them have different features. Some of them have spots. This one has, oh, I should have brought a panda bear. Panda bears are black and white. I forgot to bring that. And they live in China, and they like to eat bamboo, but I forgot to bring one. But our next story is about some bears that all look a little different. This one's brown. This one's gray, has a little bit of white. This one's light brown with patches. 2 of these are boys, one of them's a girl, so they're all a little different. And sometimes they wonder if their brothers and sisters, if their mommy and daddy have one that's a favorite. And we're gonna find out if they have a favorite or if they love them all the same. Some of you might have wondered that sometime, if your mommy or daddy like you or your brother or your sister better. And I bet your mommy and daddy would say something similar to what this bear mommy and daddy say. This is You're All My Favorites by Sam McBratney, illustrated by Anita Jerem, and I didn't check the publisher, but I will look really quick. Published by Candlewick Press. You're All My Favorites. Once upon a time, there was a mother bear, a father bear, and 3 baby bears. They look like a happy family. A first baby bear, a second baby bear, and a third baby bear. Whoever tucked them in at night always said the same thing to them. You are the most wonderful baby bears in the whole wide world. One night after Mommy Bear had tucked them in, and after she had said, you are the most wonderful baby bears in the whole wide world, the baby bears began to wonder. But how do you know, they asked. They asked their Mommy Bear, how do you know we are the most wonderful baby bears in the whole wide world? Because your daddy told me, said Mommy Bear. When your daddy saw you on the night you were born, he said, and I remember it very well, he said, those are the nicest baby bears I have ever seen. They are the nicest baby bears anyone has ever seen. That was a good answer. The 3 baby bears snuggled down as content as could be. Content means they were happy and satisfied. But one day, the first baby bear began to think. He wondered if the other 2 bears were nicer than he was. They had patches after all, and he did not. Maybe his mommy really, really liked patches. And the second baby bear began to wonder, maybe Daddy loves the other 2 more than me, she thought. They were both boy bears after all, and she was not. She was a girl bear. And the third baby bear began to worry. I'm only the littlest, he thought. Everybody's bigger than me. So that night, the 3 baby bears asked their daddy bear, which one of us do you like the most? Who's your favorite? We can't all be the best. Yes, you can, said Daddy Bear. I know you can because I heard your mommy say so. When she saw you, and Daddy Bear picked up the first baby bear to give him a cuddle, she said, that's the most perfect first baby bear that anyone has ever seen. Even with no patches? Ah, patches don't matter at all, replied his daddy, as he tucked him in. And when your mommy saw you, Daddy Bear picked up the second baby bear. She said, this is the most perfect second baby bear that anyone has ever seen. Even if I'm not a boy? Bah, girl or boy, it makes no difference, said her daddy. And he hugged her tight. And when your mommy saw you, Daddy Bear lifted the last baby bear into his arms. She said, that's the most perfect third baby bear that anyone has ever seen. Even if I'm the littlest, bigly or littly, we love you just the same. So there, 3 favorites. You're all my favorites. And the best baby bears in the whole wide world went to sleep as happily as could be, because that was a good answer too. The end. All right, so their parents didn't love one of them best or better than the others. They loved them all very much and all the same. Doesn't matter if you're a boy or girl, your parents love you the same. Doesn't matter if you have straight hair or curly hair, your parents love you the same, just like our bears did. All right, we have a silly song we're going to do, and I'm going to have to move a few of our bears out of the way. Koala's going to sit over here. He doesn't mind. We've read that, so we can move that. This guy's going to sit back here. And we're going to move these bears down. All right. Maybe Panda should move too. Or no. What are you? Polar bear. You should move down there. All right. Is that good? All right. We have some teddy bears up here, all different colors, brown, blue, purple, white, green. 5 friendly teddies. Let's count them just to make sure there's 5. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. This is a counting song, and it's a little bit silly. Do you see what they're sitting on here? It's a box, but we made it look like, what are these called? Yeah, bricks. We put some paper on to make it look like bricks, and this is our brick wall. So these are 5 friendly teddies sitting on a wall. And what's going to happen in them is some of them are going to fall. Now, if they were children, they would get hurt, but they're just stuffed animals, so they don't get hurt when they fall off, so you don't need to worry about that in the slightest. It's just a silly song. All right, here we go. 5 friendly teddies sitting on the wall. 5 friendly teddies sitting on the wall. But if one friendly teddy should accidentally fall, uh-oh! There'll be 4 friendly teddies sitting on the wall. Let's count them and see if we did that math right. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we're gonna do it again. 4 friendly teddies sitting on the wall. 4 friendly teddies sitting on the wall. But if one friendly teddy should accidentally fall, uh-oh! There'll be 3 friendly teddies sitting on the wall. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3. 3 friendly teddies sitting on the wall. 3 friendly teddies sitting on the wall. But if one friendly teddy should accidentally fall, there'll be 2 friendly teddies sitting on the wall. 1, 2. Here we go. 2 friendly teddies sitting on the wall. 2 friendly teddies sitting on the wall. But if one friendly teddy should accidentally fall, there'll be 1 friendly teddy sitting on the wall. All right, this is our last time through. 1 friendly teddy sitting on the wall. 1 friendly teddy sitting on the wall. But if 1 friendly teddy should accidentally fall, here we go, guys! There'll be no friendly teddies sitting on the wall. All our teddies are gone. Good job, guys. I'm going to push our wall back just a little. We have one more story. This is a story you've probably heard before. I'm going to take this. No, I'm not going to take it off. It's attached. And my book, it comes off. This is We're Going on a Bear Hunt, written by Michael Rosen, illustrated by Helen Oxenberry. And again, I forgot to check the publisher. Published by Walker Books Limited. And if you know this, you can do the parts with me. If you just want to listen, that's fine too. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. Uh-oh, grass. Long, wavy grass. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. Oh no, we've got to go through it. And it's going to make this sound. And if you want to do it with your hands, you can. I can't really while I'm holding the book, but it's going to go swishy, swashy, swishy, swashy, swishy, swashy, swishy, swashy. Good job. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. Uh-oh, a river, a deep, cold river. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. Oh no, we've got to go through it. Splash, splosh, splash, splosh, splash, splosh, splash, splosh. What do they have in their hands? That's right, they took off their shoes so they don't get wet. Smart thinking. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. Uh-oh, mud. Thick, oozy mud. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. Oh no, we've got to go through it. Squelch, squirt, squelch, squirt, squelch, squirt. Oh, those are good mud noises that Miss Carolyn's making. Yeah, that's what it sounds like when your feet get stuck in the mud. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. Uh-oh, a forest. A big, dark forest. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. Oh no, we've got to go through it. Stumble trip, stumble trip, stumble trip. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. Uh-oh, a snowstorm, a swirling, whirling snowstorm. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. Oh no, we've got to go through it. And this is the sound of the wind that blows the snow. Whoo, 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 whoo. I could hear that wind. Oh, it's a little cold. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. Uh-oh, what's that? A cave, that's right. A narrow, gloomy cave. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. Oh no, we've got to go through it. Tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe. What's that? One wet, shiny nose, two big furry ears, two big goggly eyes. Ah, it's a bear! Quick, back to the cave. Tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe. Back to the snowstorm. Hoo, 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 hoo. Back to the forest. Stumble trip, stumble trip. Back to the mud. Squelch, squirt, squelch, squirt. Back to the river. Splash, 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 splash. Back to the grass. Swishy, swashy, swishy, swashy, swishy, swashy. Get to our front door. Open the door. Up the stairs. Oh no, we forgot to shut the door. Back downstairs. Shut the door. Just in the nick of time. Back upstairs. Into the bedroom. Into the bed. Under the covers. We're not going on a bear hunt again. The end. Who's that? That's the bear. He followed them home, and now how does he look? Yeah, kind of sad. Do you think he wanted to eat them? Or do you think he wanted to play with them? I think he wanted to play with them too. Do you think they were scared? I think they were scared too. The end. All right, boys and girls, I have enjoyed reading bear stories with you and looking at our different bears that are kind of spread all over now, and our little baby bear and his favorite letter B. And we are going to sing our goodbye song now, and I'll see you next time. Our goodbye song has a hooray, just like our hello song did. You ready? Story time is through today. If you had fun, let's shout hooray. Hooray! Story time is through. Story time is through. See you next time. Bye-bye.